Whoa. Howdy, howdy. Anybody in here? There's Foxy, Maria Z, Candy. Hey, Candy. Griffin. Griffin found me. Ed will be here with us in a moment. He was here already and we were chatting and his sound gave him an issue. So I think he's going out and coming back. Can you guys hear me? Candy, can you hear me, see me? Hey, Mike, thanks for lurking. Yes, thanks, Big Jace. Thank you, Candy. Let me flip this over and see if Ed's back, ready to come in. Yep, there he is.
All right. Can you guys hear me?
Ed.
How am I doing now, Bob?
Can't hear you.
How about now?
Can you hear me?
Yep.
I can't hear you.
Testing 1 2. Testing 1 2.
Can
Testing
you
1 2.
guys? What, Scott? Can you see and hear Ed? I can see him, but I can't hear him.
Oh, they're saying I'm really loud.
Hey, Joey. Ed is so loud.
I'm sorry. I'll try to.
You can hear Ed? I don't have you muted, Ed.
They can hear me. I don't understand why it's just between you and me.
Oh, it says there's an issue with it, and it asked me to push this button to try to fix it. It's some bug, they say. Yeah, because we've had it happen 2 or 3 times now, so it's not us. So I can hear you. You can hear me. They can hear us and see us both. So Ed can talk about me now right to my face.
Stop. I moved the mic.
You can hear him now. They said you moved your mic.
Yeah, I did. Oh.
I hear something now.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you fine now. So they fixed it.
Oh.
Okay, cool. Awesome.
Great. So crazy.
I know. You kind of start out expecting problems, so maybe that was it. How are you doing, Ed?
Oh, jeepers. I am wiped out. I've had a crazy, crazy day.
What's going on?
I've been working on my fish room like a crazy guy. I've added another rack of shelves, and I'm getting those acrylic tanks that you have, that I got cleaned up. And they're gluing because I sealed them up so they wouldn't leak out the holes in the back.
Right.
And so tomorrow I'm going to take a power washer and really clean them out good.
Thanks, Candy.
Well, not a power washer, just a hose.
Yeah. Cool.
And it's just been run. I'm trying to, my faucet doesn't work with the Python attachment, so I think I'm going to have to buy a new Python. Or not a new Python, a new faucet.
There's an adapter you can get to go on the faucet. And you can get it from Python, or you can just go to the hardware store and tell them, I need an adapter. Take that last like 2 or 3 feet of the hose where it disconnects and take your hook on that goes to the sink and just get an adapter that'll fit it and fit in your sink. That's what I did.
Oh.
It's like $2, Ace Hardware.
Oh, that's awesome. I'll do that tomorrow.
We've got one over at the Ark too. I used to carry my Python back and forth, but somehow the goldfish all got killed over there. So No tank over there now. Thank you, Candy. And guys, we're trying to get Ed some subs too. He's everybody's co-pilot, and so since he's the co-pilot, the channel he's on always gets subs. So he is on Thursday nights. Is that right, Ed? On your own channel. Yep. So you can catch him
at 11:30.
Yeah, you can catch him there. But if you go ahead and sub to him now, you can make sure that you do see him. I think most people are in here, but we're just trying to grow it. He's helped us all get our channels over 1K, so now we got to get him there. Oh, yeah, I had texted earlier today, messaged him because I just couldn't really come up with a topic, and asked him, and he said, give me a couple minutes. And sure enough, he came back right with breaking down tubs. And so I went ahead and posted the thumbnail and all that. And in a little bit, I was looking to, make sure I was got the notify on for Susie Q's, and hers was breaking down tubs. And I said, oh no,
Ed. That's funny. Well, I've been worried about my tub. Should we just get right into it?
Sure, yeah, let's talk about it.
Well, I've absolutely loved my tubs this year. It's been so much fun. And but I was like, last night it didn't get below 72, so I was no problem. And then I looked today and it's 60 or in the 60s, and it's going to get all the way into the 50s by the end of the week. Yeah. So I was going to ask you when you normally break yours down. And
I watch the daytime temperature because mine get enough sun, and two, with the leaves starting to fall, we're getting that first batch are falling now. I've got leaves all over my house and yard, but it's just the end of summer leaves. It's not really the cold leaves yet, So I'm getting more sun than I was, and my tanks are staying, the tub and the tank I've got outside are staying in the 80s. Even overnight, they don't cool down that much. So I watch the daytime temperature. So if there's not a chance for it to warm up for 2 or 3 days, that's when I go ahead and start bringing fish in. Before that.
Well, that's great news, because I tested the temperature and it was 81 right now.
Oh, that's good.
But I still got paranoid. So what I did was I took like one of the broken pool things, scoopers handles.
Yeah.
And it's aluminum, just a giant aluminum pole, and I attached 250 watt heaters that are always set at 75. They can't go up or down. And then I just stuck them on both sides.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe it wouldn't make a hill of beans of difference to 100 gallons, but.
Oh, yeah, it will. And especially if you throw a sheet of plywood or something over even just half of it, it'll hold the heat in. And I know that because I think it was two or 3 years ago, I got caught, had hip surgery, and I just could not work with mine and, break it down when I wanted to and do what I need to do with it. So I did it for a couple of weeks and ran an extension cord all the way around the house and all that. And it kept the fish alive. And but I wouldn't try that. It was risky, for the fish. But yeah, I covered it up with plexiglass, just laid it on there, and it kept them warm and toasty.
I did put a tarp that had never been used, and then a blanket, and then an old painting tarp on top of that. Because I didn't want, if it rained, I didn't want the blanket to get covered in water.
Right.
Or soaked up.
That should keep them toasty. Is this your first year you've done tubs?
Yeah.
Oh, is it? I was thinking you told me it was when we were talking about them before. Yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to do it bad last year, and I just, I wasn't living in my house, I don't think. I was still living at my parents' house over in Hickson. So I think I moved in here last October. So, but yeah, I've just loved it so much, Bob. I've been watching yours for the last, I don't know, has it been 2 years I've watched? The year before?
3 years, I think.
3 years.
Thank you. But last year the tornado got mine, and I never did set it back up. I water tested it, leak tested it, but yeah, it got everything in there. Took every drop of water, everything. Weird.
Well, You're the reason why I do it, because I never even considered it when I lived in Missouri. And then I saw you doing it. It's like, oh, I need to try that because, I only live 20 miles north of you. So,
Right. Well, it's ideal for you as a guppy breeder. I mean, you're going to be able to get some really, once you get your system down, and guppies are so easy to breed anyway, and you have such good luck with them. Not all luck with skill, but you'll enjoy it. So.
I found the male fish. the
antler.
Yeah. I don't know. He was just always hiding, and I started fishing out some of the snails out of this tank, and I found him. So he's up there with the girls. So that's good.
Right. I hope they'll have fry for you. That's the Santa Maria antlers. So I'm trying to look at the chat a little bit, but I'm awful about that. Hey, BTW, and anybody else that I've missed. It looks like the mods are doing an awesome job. They always do with greeting people and keeping things moving there. So that's awesome. Really awesome. Bring your love tubbing year round. Ed, bring your tubs indoors. What are you saying, Tim? Chubby Guppy said, Ed, bring your tubs indoors for winter love tubbing year round. I didn't think you lived where you could tub year round.
Where's Chubby Guppy live?
I thought he lived north of me and you.
Oh.
Maybe he's saying bring the whole tub in.
Well, if I had a greenhouse, I would do that. And I've thought about just trying to come up with a concept where it'd be kind of a gazebo in the summer and, just a glass gazebo top, and then put the walls up in the winter. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. It might not just be worth it, though. So I that'll be another year down the road.
Yeah. I'm having to hide things now from my family. They already know I'm crazy, but now they think I've really lost it. Nobody knows I have those tanks, plexiglass in that back bedroom, because no one ever goes back there. I keep the doors closed.
My whole family just loves the tubs. I mean, my niece and my brother-in-law, he was over here helping me do stuff, and they just loved them. And they're like, oh, if we get an alpaca farm or something, maybe you could set up some tubs for us. It's like, you bet, that'd be fun. But yeah, just and I started with like 18 in one, and I think about 40 in the other. And the one with 40, I bet has 500 guppies.
Oh, wow.
And they just look amazing. And the one that I put 18 in, I bet you it has close to 200 or 300. It's crazy. But that one has a lot of baby frogs, baby tree frogs.
What are your plans for all those guppies?
Well, that's what I'm going to use those acrylic tanks for. Bob and I both got like 80-gallon or 85-gallon acrylic tanks, 2 of them from our local fish store, Aquatic Aesthetics in Chattanooga, Tennessee. Go check them out. Ask for Rob; he'll set you up. But that's my little commercial.
Yeah, I like to do a little shout out to Rob. They're so good. He's not just good to you and me. He's good to everybody like that. He makes them. He and Tammy, they make everybody feel special. She's going to order some things for me, special order, and she messaged me and asked me to call her the other day, and she spent probably 45 minutes on the phone with me looking at prices from different distributors or wholesalers. And she also gave me the name of their distributors and said, you can't see prices, but you can log in. And if you see anything you want, we can get it for you and then price it for you. But their prices were really good. But she said, we do this for anybody. So that's really nice.
Yeah,
and she seemed to really enjoy that part of it, the ordering and all that. So go ahead. I cut you off. Sorry.
Oh, it's quite all right. Well, they sold me the 300 feet, I think, or 350 feet of hose. Yeah. And it was almost at cost. I felt almost guilty buying that, but it's been wonderful just being able to cut it and snip it and put it all around.
Yeah, I think it's like a quarter a foot or something. I ended up getting like 50 feet of it for those new tanks and for the rainbow tank I'm working on, and I've still got hose left over. So yeah, it's neat.
Well, what I plan on doing is I'm going to put all of the champagnes in one tank, and I'm gonna put them all in a 20-gallon, and I'm gonna start weeding them out. So I'll put my ugly boys on the far left and the prettiest boys on the far right, or vice versa. And then I'm just gonna kind of keep the girls in the middle and kind of do it that way. And
Do you have those champagne? What are they called? Champagne.
they look, well, they're just a champagne. They kind of look like a Delta type tail and everything. They're just got a standard body, but they have a champagne top, but their bottom is a teal.
Did you get them from Ron?
Yep.
Oh, they're champagne jam. Champagne jam. And apparently they're not that uncommon, you know, that people knew, because when I was putting mine, I got, I don't know, maybe 3 pairs and put in the tub, but I don't see them. So I did see them in there for a long time. So I don't know if I have fry or not from them. So when I scoop down in there, I don't get any fish out at all. So I may not have anything in there.
Oh, bummer. Well, but it's beautiful. It looks really cool.
It looks good though, doesn't it?
It does.
It's really grown.
Something's ate all my hyacinth. I don't know if water or those Japanese beetles are eating my water hyacinth or what it is, but I just have holes all through it now. But it's at the end of the year, so it doesn't matter, I guess.
Yeah, mine are still growing strong. Big J was showing some of his hyacinths on the Science Girl Carrie's channel a while ago. Mine
I wanted to watch that.
It's good. It's really worth watching. I think I commented on their best interview ever, and it was a really, really good stream. She did a great job, and her husband, and of course Big J did also. But my hyacinths are even bigger than his, so they're really doing good. Well, he's such a big guy. You know what? He's such a big guy. Maybe they're the same size.
Yeah. He holds a basketball. It looks like a softball, right?
Yeah, I just thought of that. Yeah, they're probably the same.
But the one criticism I have to the water hyacinth, I wish the flowers lasted longer.
Yeah, they just last a day or two, so not long at all.
Yeah, they're so pretty.
I'm going to get up and walk away for 10 seconds. If you want to keep talking, Ed, it's just to let Ozzy out. I'm sure everybody can hear him. He knows I'm screaming, so he's having a fit. Be right back.
Well, so Bob's already set his acrylic tanks up, and he has his rainbows in them. Well, maybe he just had those rainbows in there as a quarantine tank, but it looked amazing. So what I've done is I was going to build the racks. Well, hey, Bob, I was just telling him what I did was Bob got the full shelf, and I only got a half a shelf when we bought them. And so we decided today that it wasn't worth building new ones. And so my brother-in-law convinced me to just put in another set of Huskies. It doesn't look very big, but it's 75 or 77 inches across.
Oh, wow.
So I made them extra tall because those acrylics are so tall. Yeah. And then I'm going to put just 5-gallon tanks across the top to put babies in.
Yeah.
I thought that'd be kind of neat.
How tall are those acrylics? They're like 18 or 20 inches. They're big.
Yeah, really I think they're 19. It's kind of crazy. You got it right. Baby cat literally laid down right where my gimbal was. Come on, sweetheart. Unbelievable. I'm surrounded in cats. There's one. And there's the other one. But she just laid down right where, I'm sorry, sweetheart, but you're gonna have to kind of shove this underneath you. Okay, well, that works. Probably not super comfortable for her, but they're cats.
I'm just noticing my Dharma's not trying to sit on my shoulder. Usually she does, but I sit at the desk normally, and I'm in the dining room now, so maybe that's the trick. But I do have Chihuahuas wanting attention, so it's always something with pets.
Well, what I'm afraid about though is those acrylics is they're so deep, they're going to be hard to catch the gold or the guppies out of them.
I have to use a step stool. I have two of them actually, so I don't have to carry them around the house. But I have to use a step stool, of course, to get up in there to get the top ones. It's just impossible. I can reach the bottom with a net, but it's so awkward, to reach up and then down. So.
Well, and those are 50 inches long, so that means I've got an extra 22 inches to play with also. So I'm thinking about measuring how deep a 20 long is, or 20 tall. And maybe I'll put two 20s on each one.
I think they're 12 inches wide, front to back. Like they're 10s, they're like a 10. So that would just be, wouldn't be able to get two. I'm pretty sure they're 12 inches, like the 10s.
Okay. Well, it'll be fun. Whatever I do, it's always fun.
You'll get it sorted out. That place in one place we went in Nashville had really odd sized tanks. Some that were thinner and taller, and you might find something just looking sometime.
You're right. Oh, now I have a fur microphone. Hello.
And it's a nice looking one too.
Thank you. It's a white one. I guess all of his feet are white. Huh.
Hey, Mark. Well, getting back to the tubs, have you made any plan about how you're going to break them down, or are you going to watch videos, or?
Not really. I was gonna try to save. You see, and that's another thing is I don't know what type of plants I have growing in the tub itself, because I put a bunch of this Cadoba or Cadoba. I'm not saying that right.
Kabamba. I know what you meant. Yeah.
I put like some of that in those tanks for the fry, and I didn't know if it would take over or not. He is just being so. I wish you would just relax. Yes, good job. And so I might have a whole bunch of that. And then the water hyacinth, I figure I'll put it in a tote or something and maybe put a light over it. And then that mosaic plant I also got from Rob. I'd love to save that too.
I can't find mine. I have two of those. I think they're just covered over with other things. It's so thick. I mean,
they move around quite a bit.
Yeah. I've got tons and tons and tons of either wisteria or I can't remember the other one that looks like it. I can never remember which one I put in the tub, but
the water sprite.
Yeah, it's either wisteria or sprite. I think mine is wisteria, but it's become immersed. I've got like 2-foot vines of it growing up out of the water. So I'm going to have a bunch of that to give away or get rid of or store credit or something. It's going to need strong light, of course, since it's been outside, but I may be able to bring some of it back in. And all that water lettuce, I've got tons of that. I don't know if that'll live inside. Some people say they have luck with it and some don't.
Yeah, I can show you a shrimp tank that I've got it in. This that's all water lettuce.
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but I love the root structure.
Yeah, that's great for the fry of anything. How long have you had it in?
It's just growing like it. I'm gonna guess 2 to 3 months. I bought only 3 of them, and I mean they're just spread out all over the place.
Yeah, you're having great luck with it. What kind of light's on that tank? You get all your
just that's fine. They're just the Aquanites that Lucas Brett's used to use. Now he's gone to the daisy chain systems. Yeah. But I mean they're just $32 lights, and they're 4 foot long. But I lay them directly on top of the tank, and I think that helps a lot.
Yeah,
being that close. But then I don't have all that glare on the video camera
Right.
by laying them directly on top. So
Yeah. Ed knows how to handle glare. He taught me how to take pictures of fish in tanks with glare. He said, just go right up to the tank, being a photographer, you know. So it works.
some of the few things that I know anymore, that with all the digital stuff out, oh, yeah, I was a photographer a lifetime ago
Yeah.
when it was film.
Yeah, I remember those days. It doesn't seem that long ago, but things
Yeah.
change quickly. So that's what you're going to do with all your plants. What about getting your fish out? How are you
Well,
going to?
that's going to be kind of hairy. I thought I would maybe see. I also have all those little frogs in there, and they still have their tails, and I don't want to ruin their environment before they can jump off into the wild. The little
Right.
tree frogs.
Right.
So I was thinking I would just try to lower the water down. So maybe I take 40 gallons or 50 gallons out to kind of make it a little easier. And then I've got a couple of pretty good sized nets that are about a foot by 10 inches. And try to use those, I think, and just hope I can weed up as much. How do you normally do it with your fish?
Well, I take the water down too. I don't have any froglets right now. They've came and gone already, as far as I know. And they were mostly in the 10-gallon tank where I have Nathan's cichlids. But they've all came and gone. I take the water down. This year, the tub, I leave it out all winter so that it gets lots of tannins and all the autumn leaves fall in and all that. So it's got lots of stuff. Probably a fourth of the bottom of the total tub is filled, with debris. Wood. I've still got some of that big wood that's eventually going to come in and go in the 180 or somewhere. So it's got lots of stuff. So I'll see if I can get it down halfway and then see fish or see if there is any fish and see what I can catch out. But I have big nets. But the water, I'll put it in. I learned the hard way the first year. I saved the water and set it up in tanks or a tank for them because there's going to be some difference in the parameters in what you might set up in your fish room and the tank. So I think a lot of people lose fish by not thinking about that or not matching it close enough. So I just bring the water in and use it. And then when I have to do the first water change, I start small and gradually acclimate them to the inside water because there isn't any tap water in my outside tubs. It's all rainwater.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Mine was
Yeah.
hose mostly. Well, I mean, we've had so much rain this year. It's probably been a lot of rain too. I just did the initial hose and I've never had to top them off or anything.
But you won't have to do, if you do that, you don't have to do anything to the water, but just bring it in and put it in and, bring some media with it. Of course, you're going to have a sponge or something to start up, but because they've got their own media. You have sponges in yours, don't you? Or no?
Nope.
No.
I do have, I have socks filled with
Media.
coral.
Yeah.
That was one of your suggestions, though, or you told me about using coral, and
Yeah.
I figured if it's going to get a lot of rainwater, I want to keep it hard for my guppies. So
Right.
I filled up. I've got a lot of nieces and sisters, and so I said, if you guys have old pantyhose you don't want, save them for me. So I use them for all sorts of fish stuff.
Right. Well,
But yeah,
you may not have, your parameters may not be that different than mine. I mean, they may be quite a bit different than mine then since you use tap, and you've got the coral. I don't have anything in there at all, so we'll see. And that may be what's wrong with it. And I don't test the water either. I never test it, so it's supposed to be a natural, I know a lot of people, and that's fine if that's the way you want to do it, but a lot of people set it up like an aquarium and they have their filtration and their aeration and their heaters and it's just an outside aquarium basically, and I'd rather just spend that time on an inside aquarium with tubs to kind of just throw stuff in and see what it does naturally. To me, that's what I like about it. So I don't really help it. I do feed them. I feed them, of course, but
Oh my gosh, yeah, they're so much fun. Well, both the types of guppies I have out there I picked because I think they're great pond or tub guppies. They kind of glow from the top. And it's so much fun when you drop the flake in because like one will grab the biggest flake possible and take off and they all chase it. And it's like
right.
there's plenty of food, but they're chasing. It's I love it.
The
I don't
rainbows
know.
do that too. The rainbow fish do that. They chase each other. And there are 8 pieces falling down. Get them before they hit the bottom. So fish are fun to watch. They really are.
Yep. But yeah, so I'm gonna try to catch all the. And what I do plan on doing though is I'm gonna just put them in a 20-gallon tank on this side of the room, like on a folding table or something, and then just fish them and put them into the individuals. And maybe next year I'll throw some like Placostomus or something in there.
Yeah, I've never done that. I've thought about it. But you can bring your pantyhose in too and put them in the tank, so you have all that. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Is it one kind of fish in each tub?
Yep. But it's really strange because I'd had those ones that we got in Knoxville together the first time we went to that one fish store, Plenty of Swimming or Let's Go Swimming.
Just Keep Swimming.
Yeah, Just Keep Swimming.
Okay, yes, Just Keep Swimming.
They had their big anniversary party or sale, and I bought a bunch of purple tuxedo with a metallic yellow head guppy from them. And I had a whole mess of them in a tank, and I took them outside, and the colors of the new ones look so much different than the originals. It's like the yellow is gone, and it's almost turned to a reddish.
Oh, wow.
So I can't wait to pull them out and see what they look like. So I'm thinking those I might have yellows and reds side by side and try to separate them.
Candy and Maria are telling me that I missed a super chat from Danica, and I'm going back to find it. But thank you, Kenny. I still can't find it far enough back. I probably missed more than that.
My mouses aren't working today. I don't know what's going on.
It's a super sticker, so I can't see what it's a super sticker of.
It's a hippo running. Well, he's running so fast, his legs are spinning like a ball.
I love that one. Yeah, I love that one. Yeah. Thank you, Kenny. Cool.
Yep. And let's see. I think, let me go all the way to the top and see if it's so hard to do without a mouse. Okay, I don't think we missed any others. I thought we missed one, but I wasn't for sure. Whoops, what was that one? Well, I don't want to look at the monitor the whole time. I want to talk to you. I don't see anything.
Thank you. I appreciate you looking. I'm just on my phone, so I don't know if I can go back and forth to YouTube or not. If I were on the desktop, but I didn't want to sit in there.
Yeah, I just popped the whole thing out, and what I did was I put the telephone right here, so that way the chat would be right behind it. But then I made it the full thing, so now the chat's all the way over here. So I wish I would have kept my camera over on this side. So now I'm still looking like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, yeah, you got a whole mess of bunch of good people here.
I know it. I see the names, but it's really hard for me to read the messages. I just haven't come up with any system other than sitting at the computer, and I don't like to sit in there all the time. So I've got these pretty tanks. I've got pretty tanks in there too, but Yazzie, come here. The reason I asked you about if you only had the one kind, because I have 3 in this one bigger tub. I don't know how big the tub is, but I've got those striped limias. I guess that's what they're called from Rob, and they're locally bred. And then I've got the champagne jam guppies, and then I've got brilliant rasboras. So I have three
Oh,
kinds of
nice.
fish in there. So I'm going to separate them this year. Year before last year I lost them all to the storm, but 2 years ago I brought in all those swordtails and platies and I didn't sort them. And I also had longfin meteor minnows, the white clouds in there, and it was really hard to sort them after I brought them in. I should have done it as I caught them out. So I'm going to do that if I have three kinds of fish. So
Well, those mollies and swordtails look so good. I would like to do a pond next year with swordtails. So
they're
just
really
because
cool.
it's a great way to grow swordtails out.
You know, all those mollies that I got the day Kenny was here at Bermuda Triangle. I lost one of them right away, but I've lost all six of those now. All six of
Ah,
them. I know I just cannot keep mollies, and I had said that on a live stream the other day when I was showing the rainbows, and a couple other people said in the comments that they couldn't keep mollies either.
whoops.
So,
Oh,
and somebody said if they ever get them again, it may have been Ginger, it may have been Ginger Graves. If they ever got them again, they were going to keep them in brackish. So I think I'll do that same thing if I try them again. But I've lost so many nice mollies and self-in mollies, and I've been scared to get any from, oh, not Gary Lang, what's his name? Anyway, I've been scared to get his because I know I will kill him, so, or the water will kill him.
that guy down in Florida that has the sail fins that are just amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about. Yep. I've been able to get the mollies that we caught to stable out, and they have fry. And we originally thought they were all going to die. So I've got 6 adults and about 6 fry. So maybe you could try those as a brackish, because
Good.
I've got it's about half brackish, half water or fresh. I didn't go full brackish.
Those are the ones
But
that you all collected in Florida, your
yeah,
father
they were
fish.
mineral. They were real high minerals. So yeah, I mean, it was really sad because they caught like 120 of them, and they were just all croaking by the time we got to my house.
Hmm.
And I was shoveling them or spooning them out every day, but I was adding 2 tablespoons of salt until a day for 3 days, and then they like stabled out. So got a couple. But they were so hungry and starving. All their stomachs were sunken in, and they're already nice and fat because I feed them like 4 times a day. And they know my hand. They used to be afraid of it, but now they go straight to the hand.
The
Didn't
food
take them long.
monster. I
But
saw
oh,
Rob at Aquatic Aesthetics say hello.
oh, awesome. Rob's super cool.
And
I was going
Candy
to stop
dropped his
by.
link. Candy
Candy's
shared
so
his
cool.
link, of course. Thank you, Candy.
Oh, have you heard how Pam's hand's doing?
Haven't talked to her since yesterday. It's between her elbow and shoulder. Well, I don't know why I had to show you, but it's this area. I don't know if it's inside or out. And it's just a long bone. So, but she's been typing more. I've seen her a little bit in a couple of streams, but she's still using abbreviated verbiage, I guess to minimize typing. She couldn't type at first with that arm, but I hope she went and got her a sling. But she did say, she sent me a message and said she couldn't get in her truck. And I understand that because I have, just normally, how it's to get up in the truck. So I asked her if she had food and Fireball and coffee, and she said yes, and smokes. So she's okay.
At least she'll survive.
Yeah, but I haven't talked to her today. Some improvement yesterday. Yeah, that's what she told me, Candy. So I may message her later and see. I've just been trying not to bother her. I told her to let me know if she needed anything. So I'm sure a lot of people have reached out to her. So I know Priscilla offered to go and help her too, but she
Oh, that's
didn't
so
want that.
nice.
Yeah, she offered to go and take her to the doctor or whatever, but she didn't want that. So
Priscilla's pretty swell.
Priscilla's got it all going. I'll tell you what. I
Yep.
should be getting a package from Priscilla too. I just thought about that. I might go out and check. Well, today's Sunday, but sometimes it's some of the art from that auction. I need to check the tracking number she sent me. I never have tracked it. Goodness.
Yeah, I missed that one. Doggone.
Oh, Priscilla's saying she asked her if she needed anything and she would bring it to her, but she says she's okay, of course. So, oh well. Yeah, that was a good one. We had Pam's stuff and Priscilla's stuff. So,
Yeah, I don't know. Today I didn't watch any football. This is like the first opening day that I didn't watch an ounce of football. I don't know what any of the scores are or anything yet.
me
So
either.
I've been just going crazy trying to get fish stuff done. I've been I want to paint the door that goes into my fish room because I really like cool doors for special places. And I had gotten a piece of wood, and then somehow somebody I think thought it was trash, and they took it out when they were taking the scrap out for me, and they threw it away. So now I got another piece, and I'm going to try to work on that this week. So along with getting the fish tanks in, I'm going to order 10 more of those little self-tapping air vents from Corey. I had 5 of them, and I can't find them anywhere, so I'm just going to buy 10 and pop them in that line for that new system.
You might have left them in the bag. I'm bad about that. I throw things away when I'm unpacking a bag, and if it's light, I'm like, well, that's everything, and I've done that many times. So I was going to ask you too, since you said that about football. While I'm thinking about it, that might interfere with you coming on Sunday evening, because I know that you really like to spend time with your dad watching the games and stuff. So,
well, my dad's not super happy about people leaning or kneeling at the flag, so he's kind of up in the air. You know, he stopped watching altogether 2 years ago. Then he came back, and that's why I think I was most upset probably with Colin Kaepernick, because I couldn't enjoy football with my dad. You know, but he served his whole life for our government, so you know.
Chubb says hello to you, Ed.
Oh, hey Chubb, man, he did a live stream with Jess, Ferns, Fins, Mains, and Tails. And I know I got that out of order. I'm sorry, Jess. But that was so cool because he was doing it from the tugboat. My whole life as a kid, I've been watching tugboats because I've always lived within a mile of either the Missouri or the Mississippi. And I've been watching the tugboats pushing the barges. And I've always wondered what they look like inside. Very cool.
Okay.
So cool.
Priscilla's saying the art should be delivered tomorrow is when it's expected for everybody. So that's cool. Thank you, Priscilla. I'm really excited about getting it. Really, and I put it away. I need to get this art out. I've got Sarah's Sponge Princess. I've got lots of Pam's, and I'm getting more and more Priscilla's. I've got an original of Priscilla's that I've got, in a drawer.
So cool.
I need to get that stuff up.
Hey, Foxy.
The one that I don't know if I bought it or it was an auction or if I won it. No, Pam wouldn't have given that one away. It's a bird and it's framed. And I got that one. It came a couple of weeks ago, and I took one of my other artists, Ben Hampton. He was a local artist in Tennessee here years ago, 40 years ago. And I've got lots of his stuff up, but I took one of his down to put Pam's up. I heard a kitty.
Yeah, he's actually laying with his head hanging off the table. I don't know how it could be Oh, now he's looking up. I was going to move it to show you guys because his head's like this off the table with the rest of his body on the table. How they get comfortable, I don't understand. But I'm just rubbing his belly. But I've got a lot of the Scrunch Princess and Priscilla, and now I've got one of Chris's, Multi-Tank Addiction, and Pam, and a friend of mine from Missouri that I wish she would go full time or work harder at pursuing selling her artwork.
Right.
Because she is very good. I shouldn't say was.
Steele asked me who this cutie was in my lap, and Steele, this is Yazzie. It's Yahzi, and he's the dog that was surrendered to the Ark where I volunteer. And I ended up adopting him because he only had one friend, and she went away to vet school. So he was not meaning to, but abused, and tormented by kids. And so he was a real challenge behaviorally, but he's my boy now. We get along great. But I'm the only one. He's got him a few girlfriends around town that we go see. Ed ain't one of them. So, no. He likes the young blondes. That's what he likes. He likes a type. So, he's a mess. Yazzie.
When Yazzie sees me, you wouldn't believe how many teeth that little dog has. It's like, it's like Jaws.
He likes Pam. He loves Pam's voice. Every time that I am watching Pam, he wants to sit in my lap and listen. And if she has me up, there's no way he has to sleep on me while Pam's screaming. So he loves Pam's voice.
But, I think he is a sweet dog. He just has to be tough because I purposely walked next to him and he didn't bite me. But if I was looking down at him, he would have bit probably.
It's the
to be a tough guy.
thing with him. He sees that eye contact as a challenge. I take him to the board meetings at the Ark because that's where he came from. And he bit one of the other board members' mother's finger the other night. But I tried to warn her, but didn't in time. But then another board member that's there is a young blonde girl and lady, and he went right over to her, and I said, "Be careful." And he let her rub his head. He licked her hand. I mean, you never know with Yazzie.
Yazzie's a Don Juan.
He likes the blonde ladies.
That's funny.
What time is it getting to be? I still need to get a clock.
Oh, jeepers. It's 8:48.
Okay. I was thinking it was coming around. I'm in no hurry, but I think Daniken's next, didn't he?
Yep.
All right. I've been watching the links there. They've been burning up, especially Candy. Been burning up the links in there. So you should have some more subscribers. If there was anybody in the chat, I bet they did subscribe to you that hadn't yet. So yeah, there's Kennedy.
Well,
Kenny.
I appreciate it. I will not complain about that.
Do you have merch, Ed? Do you have any t-shirts or anything?
I really don't. I've got one thing, but it's not really mine. It's James's on Fish Room Fever, where I've got my logo on one side of the cup and he's on the other side of the cup.
Oh yeah, I've seen that. That's cool.
But I do have plans, not really merch, but something I'm going to start giving away to people if I can find it and it's affordable, which is fun. And I'll tell you about that after we're not live streaming sometime.
All right.
But I really want to get those shirts, those Tennessee Mafia shirts. So I've got to focus on doing that this week also. That's going to be one of my goals. And we'll see if we can get it down south. If we can't get bowling shirts in Chattanooga at a decent price, I'll just call one of my friends in St. Louis and try to get it done. And hopefully
I can't wait to wear one of those old style bowling shirts around with the Codfather on it.
Oh, I know, that's going to be so cool. I finally found a good name for myself. I'm going to be Hammer Ed Shark. So
I like it. And with you ought to play off Head and Ed somehow. Hammer Ed Shark. What about Hammer Ed Shark? I don't know.
Well, that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to put Ed instead of Head.
Oh, okay. I'm hard of hearing, Ed.
It's okay.
You talk loud, and it's because you're used to talking to old people. I know.
Oh my gosh, my poor dad. He can't hear anything, and try to convince him all the time to get his hearing checked. finally, I talked to his doctor, and his doctor said something. He said, "Who told you about that?" And he's like, "Well, you don't hear very well." And he changed doctors. So, but his mother, he felt so bad because his mother, like 25 years ago, we found out she couldn't hear at all. She just read lips.
Wow.
And when we took her to get her ears checked, she was like in her late 90s. And the lady that was talking to her, she put her paper up over her face, and she was talking to us saying, "Look, she's doesn't hear a word I'm saying because I've got paper in front of my face."
Yeah.
And then she talked to, and she knows it was crazy. She could read lips, but then we got her the hearing aids. But then when she got into the hundreds, she was always putting the hearing aids in her water that she put her teeth in.
Oh,
So I was just like, "Oh, Grandma."
dang, that's a long time to live. Ooh.
Yeah, she came over, like, I think it was a month after the Titanic sank. That's crazy, on a boat. She went through Ellis Island. That is so cool. Her little pictures in
Wow.
Ellis Island.
Wow, that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I can tell you that, and I noticed I started doing it a few years ago. Older people, seniors, will sometimes, depending on their situation, they hide things like that from their family and stuff. And, I don't tell. Occasionally I'll take a stumble or haven't had a hard fall lately. I've fallen in the shower a few times, but I stopped telling my family because, they really don't want to know that. I think they want to know that you're okay and you're somewhere where you're getting the help you need and all that. But I'm not going anywhere. I've fixed things, so I'm staying here, and somebody's going to come and help me. Whatever I need. I'm staying here. They're not going to let me take 50 tanks to an assisted living. That's no time soon.
Right.
But So, but yeah, I understand it, and people just kind of hide that stuff from their relatives. Oh, how pretty, beautiful eyes.
Well,
Beautiful.
thank you. All
Yeah,
three
see,
cats have different color eyes. I've got the green, yellow, and blue.
somebody saw that cat. You see this?
Oh.
You saw that. Uh-oh. See the kitty? It's not one of your cats. Yeah. Yep. See that kitty?
He has been so ornery. In the Lefty stream that I was in with him, I had a great big cup of pop that I'd set up because I was going to do Lefty, and then Carrie asked me to be on her show right afterwards. So I thought, I got to get 32 ounces and have it go for a long time. And this guy, I was like looking over here, he pushed the whole cup on me. All 32 ounces. I was soaked from head to toe. The only thing I kept on was the bandana. I had to run to the laundry room and completely change. Even my socks were soaked.
I've never understood why cats like to knock things off. They get up and something's on the edge and they knock. That's why I quit wearing a wristwatch years ago, because I used to wear nice watches, and my cats, they're all gone now, but they would, no, men don't put things away. I never do. I always leave things where I'll never find them, but my cats would always knock my watch off and break the crystal. And so I just quit, rather than put it away, I quit wearing a watch. And cell phones have the time on them, but I never got that about cats, why they knock things off just for the heck of it.
Yeah. Well, one day it was before one of our Thursday night streams. So James was talking to me as I was feeding all the fish, and I was feeding these guys. My back was to the camera, and he thought Nico was pushing the camera down, but he was pushing the whole laptop off the table, but the power cords were hanging it on the end, so it didn't fall on the floor. Unbelievable. Now, Baby Cat doesn't do that.
Maria Z said she would help me in exchange for rainbows. So I need to screenshot that. I may have to cash that in sometime.
For sure.
Chevy's asking you if that's a Maine Coon cat.
Baby Cat? Because he's just a tabby. Both these cats were just dropped off in front of my house when I lived in Missouri, because I lived down in the country, and people don't ever do it. It's terrible. They just drop animals off all the time.
So mean. Yeah.
And Nico, they dropped him off, and a lot of the rednecks out in the country love to run over cats. So there was little dead cats that looked just like him, kittens, in front of everybody's house. And then the day that my grandma died, my brother came to my house, and then I was going to drive to Iowa, and a hawk came right down in front of the car, and we slowed down and grabbed a kitten out of the grass that looked just like Nico when he was a kitten. So it was one of his brothers, and a hawk got him, which is still better than just roadkill.
Yes.
But
I saw a YouTube video the other day, and I didn't realize it was just, how it goes from one thing to another that's recommended. And if you have it on the auto play, and it was a hawk that landed somewhere and had a kitten, but the kitten looked dead, and I'm like, I wish I could have gone all day without seeing that,
Yeah.
But we get people at the Ark all the time that say somebody stole my Chihuahua, and I'm like, yeah, probably a gray-tailed hawk, They'll pick them
Oh,
up.
I thought they stole yours, but no, somebody stole theirs.
Yep.
Oh, yeah, or an owl.
Thank you, Candy, and thank you, Mods, so much, and thank you, Danikin, for the super chat. I think that was the one because I haven't seen any more urgent at Bob's. So
I think you had a $2 one at the very beginning, and I was gonna say something, then I forgot because you got up and left for just a second to get Yazi, and then I forgot about it, and I wish I could remember who it was, and I can't get my mouse to work.
Oh well. Whoever did the other one, I appreciate it, and I give that to the Ark. So, so Danikin's in 3 minutes, Candy says. And Candy, especially thank you, because she's been burning up mods like every 2 comments. She'll put your stuff, my stuff, not just me, but the Ark and my merch. That's what made me ask you if you had any merch, Danikin. So, and there's Rob leaving. He's leaving. So we need, and thank you, Ed, coming up with the topic. And I'll see about doing a video. You should do the same, And did you have anything you wanted to say?
No, I love hanging out with you, Bob. We need to go on a trip. Did you ever end up going to Knoxville? Because I forgot all about.
No, I haven't been. Every day I've been working on something else, or something comes up at the Ark, and I think they're closed on Monday at the aquatic, Marine Aquatic, but I don't know. Tomorrow I don't have anything planned, but I don't know what you've got going, but I'm still wanting to go. Chubby Guppy did a $9.99 super sticker, and yes, she is Maria, and so are you, Maria. All of the mods are awesome. I can't see what the super sticker is though, Tim, but thank you. But we'll talk about that offline. Thank you so much, Ed. I enjoy having you too. It makes it go a lot faster because I don't know that I have 2 hours in me a week because I do Wednesday and they have to sit through that with me, and they know they're going to get out of there soon and go to Rob, so they get through it with me.
I love talking. I love talking to my friends, so I have no problem.
Me too. We need I guess a hashtag for Kenny.
Oh man, where's Danny? Danny, his wife's in Yellowstone right now near a bunch of grizzly bears.
Oh, okay.
So I don't know if you.
Yeah, that's fine. Let's do hashtag where is Danny. That way we don't have to put the apostrophe in it. So hashtag where is Danny? DANI. I think everybody knows that. All right. He just went live. So I'm going to shut it down and we'll chat offline a minute, but we have to go over there and work too, Ed.
Yep.
Thank everybody. Sorry for the butt whooping, Ed. I don't know what that's about.
Probably fantasy football.
Oh, it's Peplin. Yeah, that's what it was.
You know what? It doesn't mean anything to me the first week because everything's so crazy, but I'm actually happy that it happened because you got my running back. I'm proud of your team.
I'm behind. All right. Bye, Candy. Thanks, everybody.